Hey there, everybody. It's Gus Wagner with the Rocket Group right there behind me. Having another one of our 31 days of the LinkedIn here. And today we're going to talk about how we can help to build some relationships on LinkedIn. Somebody just asked me this week when it comes to LinkedIn, isn't that just the place where we post a resume and forget about it? And I asked that person if they had actually been watching, reading the 31 days of LinkedIn, since that's a point we've made so much over these past 2 weeks or so. Yes, LinkedIn is a notorious place to set it and forget it, but you don't have to be that way. And if you don't act that way, you're going to be much more successful than most of your cohorts out there. So what can we do? What can we do to build out some LinkedIn relationships? Well, first off, the thing you need to do is to use the tools that Reid Hoffman and his team built for us. Use everything that's there. Make the post. Use the publisher. You make those connections. Accept connections. Request connections of your own. Use the search. Use the search. It's a very powerful search, whether you're looking for folks to connect with geographically or in your profession or around the world, what have you. It's a very powerful tool to use. So use them. Use them. That's why they built them. And that's why people who are successful on LinkedIn are using these tools. I hope to be one of those people soon. So use those tools there. But then, what are the next steps? What else can we do to build relationships with folks on LinkedIn outside of having our connections, having the connections that we have now? What do we do to build on top of those connections? Well, first off, we've got to attract people to even want to connect with us in the first place, and that starts with being legit. It starts with putting out a profile that is truthful and transparent about yourself and your education, your work experience, your achievements, the people you actually know versus the people that you openly accepted as connections. What can you do to help make your profile more legit? Go take a look at your profile after you're done watching this video or reading the blog that goes with it. By the way, of course, go to rocketgroupllc.com to check out all the 31 days of LinkedIn posts that we've made so far. So use those tools. Be legit. Be truthful. Be transparent about what it is that you have done, that you hope to be doing, and get that information out there onto your LinkedIn profile. Another thing that helps, of course, is being attractive. And I'm not talking about this exterior shell, specifically not this exterior shell, but be attractive. Have a professional LinkedIn profile photo that doesn't look like everybody else's, which are mostly a large collection of driver's license looking type headshot photos. Have something that attracts attention. Have headlines that attract attention. Have a tone that you use that attracts attention. Be attractive in those ways, and you'll be more successful in building those relationships on LinkedIn. So now that we're connecting, let's go out and connect with some folks. Talk about that. Oops, earthquake. Seek some others out there who, again, are in your geographic similarities, your professional similarities, your interest similarities, your education similarities. They went to the same grade school as you. Connect with those folks. You never know who it is that you could possibly help or can be possibly helped by you. That you have met throughout your life. Let's look at something else to do, and something we've talked about before during the 31 days, and it's seek out groups, the LinkedIn groups that are so powerful on LinkedIn. What can you do to join more groups, be active in more groups? Connect with those folks that are within the groups, connect with the topics that they're posting about, connect with the content there by liking and sharing and posting that content, commenting on that content, and you'll have greater success in building relationships there. Something else you can consider, and it's cool that LinkedIn does this to show you the varying degrees, the Kevin Bacon levels you are away from somebody. Go look at your LinkedIn profile right now and see how many LinkedIn levels away you are from Gus Wagner, me, not the tattoo guy. I think there's a Minnesota Department of Transportation guy on LinkedIn who has the same name as me, but that's about it. So look me up, Gus Wagner on LinkedIn. So seek out these mutual connections and maybe see if there's some interest in value you can bring to making a connection with them. Again, never ever ever use the default language when in a connection request. We blogged about this before in the 31 days of LinkedIn. So don't use that default. Tell them, hey, we're a mutual connection with Jim Smith, and Gus, I think we can talk to each other, help each other, do some business to each other, with each other, what have you. So use those mutual connections as well. It's kind of cool. You know, I was always a fan of the Kevin Bacon game anyway. So it's good to see how it translates to the real world as well. And then so now we've got to convert. What are we going to do to convert these relationships to some real world activity? I saw somebody join in here. I missed who it was. Welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And thanks for watching. So we're going to convert these relationships, convert the connections, convert the groups. What is it? We always ask people, what is it that you want to be when you grow up? And the answer, and we made a whole launch video about that very topic on the Rocket Group website if you want to seek that out. But if you, we want to see what it is that you can do to convert the LinkedIn connections to some real world action. What is it that you want to be when you grow up? The true answer is never grow up. But the second answer would be whatever it is that you're doing right now, or whatever you see yourself 5, 10, 30 years down the road, much less days down the road. So what is it that you want to do with these connections? Do you want to sell them something? Do you want to provide value to them? Do you want to offer service, advice, consent? Are you seeking their service or product or advice and consent? It's a two-way street that you can make the LinkedIn connection with and convert that to some real-world activity. So decide what it is you want from each individual case that you're connecting with, each individual person that you're connecting with, and start there and see what happens. I think that if you bring a value-filled statement to that connection, you're going to see some more success than whether you use some default language or just a, hey, sup. Yup. If you're saying stuff like to these people like you would to people on Facebook or Snapchat or these other platforms out there, you're going to fail. But if you do it in a professional way, link to your profile, obviously, link to a profile that's attractive, legit, transparent about who you are and what you are, you're going to obviously have greater success. So again, the value street runs both ways. What value can you get from your connections, and what value can you offer to your connections? Again, if you're doing something with LinkedIn on a fairly regular basis, daily would be the ultimate goal. But if you're doing something there on a fairly regular basis, you're going to be so much further ahead of all the people out there who just set it and forget it and are not doing anything with their LinkedIn. So be aware of those types of connections that you have as well. If they're not even there, you probably shouldn't even waste your time, because they're not going to be responsive to your inquiries or your suggestions or your requests for a deeper connection, a deeper conversion in your connection relationship. So that's it for all right now. We're going to take this video and post it up at rocketgroupllc.com/blog if you want to get the full length there. That'll be up there shortly. We're using a new tool, Catch, I believe it's called, K-A-T-C-H. Catch, I guess that's how you would actually say it. That just caught me to capture this video, so that'll be up there shortly. Do keep sending your questions, your comments, your LinkedIn challenges this way, and we'll be glad to try to tackle those as we move through these 31 days of LinkedIn. I do appreciate you watching. I do appreciate the post live streaming interactivity that we're having, and we look forward to talking to you soon. I'm Gus Wagner. I own That Rocket Group, at Rocket Group here on the Periscope and on the Twitter. If you search at Rocket Group, you're going to come across pretty much all of our other channels as well. Rocket Group LLC.com is the website. So thanks a lot. We will talk to you soon. And we're more than halfway through the 31 days of LinkedIn. Let me know what you're thinking so far. Talk to you.